What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel. So I've been getting a lot of requests from subscribers who want me to go over all of my credit cards. So I'm not actually going to be able to do that, but what I will do is go over my top 30. So this top stack right here are 30 of my favorite credit cards on the personal as well as on the business side. Now, in terms of like total overall credit limit, I'm not 100% sure because it's always fluctuating. I have closed some old credit cards with like low limits, kind of some of the rebuilding credit cards. I've also gotten a lot of new credit cards, credit limit increases. And then when you factor in, store cards, personal credit cards, business credit cards, personal lines of credit, business lines of credit. Now I'm going to be going over my top 30 credit cards in no particular order. So starting off the list, we have the Apple card. I've done several reviews on the Apple card. So this is by Goldman Sachs. They're going to be using TransUnion, and you can get a soft pull pre-qualification so you can know what your limit is before you accept. I don't really use this card too much. I use it mostly online. I hardly ever swipe it, but definitely recommend it. And one thing with the Apple Goldman Sachs credit card, if you're trying to get a credit limit increase, this is a card where they're really going to want to see that you're using it often and frequently in order to give you a credit limit increases. It gives you 2% cash back through Apple Pay, 3% cash back if you purchase any Apple products. So next up, we have the GM by Marcus Goldman Sachs business card. So this is a recent business credit card I was able to get. Yeah, it has 0% APR for 12 months. So I'm definitely going to be utilizing that a lot. Next up, we have the Tomo card. So the Tomo card's one of the popular fintech cards. There's no credit check whatsoever. So they're going to be using Plaid. And I think Tomo card was probably one of the first fintechs to actually utilize Plaid. So as a lot of you know, Plaid looks into your banking activity versus looking at your credit score. So even if you don't have the best credit score, you can still get approved for the Tomo card. Now, one thing I wanted to add about the Tomo card is that you can earn up to 20% cash back. Now, the way you get the 20% cash back is if you refer other people once you become a Tomo customer. So you'll get a customer referral link. If you refer someone else, for every approved referral that you get, they'll give you an additional 1% cash back up to 20 referrals per month. Next up, we have the Bradley Mastercard. So this is another fintech business charge account. Actually one of my highest limits. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people post about their accounts being closed by the Brex, and I'm going to do a separate video review about that and kind of just keep you guys up to date in terms of what's going on. Brex, just like a lot of other companies, are definitely making some changes in light of this economic downturns. Next up, we have the American Express Business Prime Amazon credit card. So this earns 5% cash back at Amazon. So if you're a business owner who shops at Amazon a lot, this is definitely a great card to get. You also get 1 year of free Prime when you get approved for this. I think that's still the promotion, at least when I got approved, which was a couple years ago. Next up, we have the M1 Finance Owners Rewards Visa Signature credit card. You can earn up to 10x rewards at select retailers, and then you can ultimately redeem those rewards into your M1 Finance account. So you can redeem those rewards to purchase stock. So definitely check that out. I've dropped a link in the description for anyone interested in the M1 Finance. Next up, we have NIH FCU Visa Signature Business Credit Card. Now, this is one of the few business credit cards where there's absolutely no hard pull. Now, for those who've been following the channel, NIH FCU is one of the best credit unions in the country. And about a year ago or so, they opened up membership eligibility. So basically anyone can join regardless of where you are geographically, and they're not going to be doing a hard pull on the business credit card application. Now, they may be backed up because, again, this is a small credit union relative to some others like Navy Federal or Penn Fed. So definitely something to check out. And they give you 0% APR for the first 15 months, I believe, on all of their credit cards. So definitely go check out NIH FCU. Next up, we have the American Express Business Gold Card. This is actually one of my favorite cards. Definitely use this a lot. You earn 4x rewards on your top 2 spend categories every billing cycle. So definitely a great card for business owners. Next up, we have the the Rural King Harvest Business Visa card. Honestly, for me, this is like a sock drawer card. It is a business credit card through Rural King Harvest. So Rural King Harvest is a retailer of, different farming equipment, and they're mostly, I would say, on the East Coast. So in order to get the Rural King Harvest Business Visa, you do have to be at least within 50 miles of a nearest location. So your business address needs to be within 50 miles of the nearest location, but it's very easy to get approved. I believe you just need a minimum of like a 620. And so it's pretty generous. Now they're backed by Redstone Federal Credit Union, which is the largest credit union in the state of Alabama. But for anyone who's interested, I think it's a pretty decent credit card on the business side if you're eligible. Next up, we have the American Express Platinum card. Now, this is one of my gold cards, especially when I was, rebuilding my credit. That was one of the cards that I really wanted to get. I don't really utilize it that much. So for me, I don't really get too much value from the American Express Platinum. Now, if I do charge, travel expenses, then it's more than likely going to be on the business side. I am considering canceling it. So let me know what you guys think. Should I cancel the Platinum card? Next up, we have the Gemini Mastercard. Now, Gemini is a crypto platform where you could buy, sell, trade, borrow. Recently, I did a review on Gemini. So they actually have a pre-qualification for the Gemini credit card. Honestly, I haven't used it that much, maybe a couple times since I've gotten it, but it's definitely a nice looking, rose gold metal credit card. Next up, we have the Bradley Mastercard. So this was a credit card that I did a review on about maybe a year and a half ago or so. And so they've since gone to a wait list in order to be able to get the card. Now, one of the cool things about Bradley is that they give you pretty high limits. The Bradley credit card does not report. So it's like a hidden trade line. So what I do is, utilize it when I don't want my personal utilization to spike up. So that's definitely a credit card that, I use strategically. So you get 3% on your highest spend category, 2% on your second highest for the month, and then just 1% on all others. So it's a pretty solid card, right? I know a lot of people, want the credit accounts to report, but, once you have a lot of different credit cards, your goals might change. In my case, where I just want to keep my utilization low. So if there's a credit card I could use that's not going to report, that's just an added benefit. Next up, we have the Spectrum Cash Rewards. So this is from BB&T, now Truist. I haven't gotten the updated card yet, but just a business credit card. And I'm not sure what the rewards are. I believe it's just 1.5% cash back on all purchases. Next up, we have the FMBO Webstaurant Rewards credit card. Did a couple reviews on this. Now, that's through FMBO, First National Bank of Omaha. It's available to anyone throughout the country. So if you're looking for, a business credit card, the Webstaurant is definitely a great card to have. Now, the APRs are somewhat high, but again, some of the advantages, it's not going to report on your personal credit. And I'm not sure if they report business credit either, but definitely if you're in like the restaurant business, catering business. Next up, we have the BlockFi Visa Signature credit card. I've been using this a lot over the past several months. Now, it's another crypto credit card where you can redeem your rewards for different crypto assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum. As I just showed you earlier in the video, the Gemini credit card, which is a competitor to the BlockFi credit card, the Gemini credit card allows you to redeem the rewards as soon as you purchase the item, whereas with BlockFi, you have to wait to the end of the billing cycle. So, definitely two crypto credit cards to consider if that's what you're into. Next up, we have the American Express Gold Card. So this is the personal gold card. So I use this in conjunction with some of my other credit cards. So this earns 4x points on restaurants as well as groceries. So in terms of like the grocery credit cards that I have the American Express Blue Cash Preferred, which it earns 6% cash back up to $6,000. So once I go over that $6,000, then I can use the American Express Gold Card. But the other credit card that I use for groceries, which I'll show you a little bit later, is the Discover Cashback, which has the 5% rotating categories. And so I believe that's from like January to March. So what I'll do is I'll use the 5% cash back during that period because I know that I'm going to max out the Amex Blue Cash Preferred. Once I max out the Blue Cash Preferred, then then I can use the gold card, which is going to give me the 4x rewards on groceries. And I also use it for restaurants. So I do a lot of, Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff like that. One of the benefits of having different credit cards to earn different types of rewards is that you can maximize the rewards and cash back for your spend. Next up, we have the Capital on Tap Visa card. So this is another one of my favorite business cards. You can get it with absolutely no hard credit check. It's just going to be a soft pull. Next up, we have the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card. Navy Federal, as a lot of you know, is arguably the best credit union. To be honest with you, I don't really use my Navy Federal credit cards. With the Cash Rewards card, it only earns 1.5% cash back. Now, I have plenty of 2% cash back cards, and I have a 3% cash back card as well. Also have the More Rewards Navy Federal credit card. Now, this has a 3x on several different categories. I believe it's gas, groceries, and restaurants. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Also have the SECU Visa Signature card, and I actually have to get the new version. This is an outdated one, but SECU of Maryland, another great credit union. Next up, we have the Marriott Bonvoy American Express credit card. Next up, we have the US Bank Business Leverage card. This is just kind of like a backup, to be honest. Sock drawer on the business side. The American Express Cash Magnet. And again, don't use this card as much. This is more or less a sock drawer card. Next up, we have the Discover Cashback credit card. Now, I do utilize the rotating 5%, usually for groceries. Now, they do have like rotating categories for Target, Walmart, things like that, but I already have a Target card and I already have a Walmart card that earns 5%. So it's kind of redundant, but with the rotating 5% category, you really have to look to see, okay, does this fit into, my spending patterns? Next up, we have the PayPal Mastercard. So this earns 2% cash back on all purchases. This is through Synchrony Bank. And this, I actually did a video on this. I started off with a $300 credit limit with this card, and now it's up to a $20,000 credit card. So this is definitely a credit card that you can grow your limit. Let's say if you're, first starting out and, you're only getting these lower limits, you could definitely grow this limit. So I went from 300 to 20,000. Next up, we have the Aod Visa Signature. Now, this is a credit card that apparently is no longer available. And Aod FCU is a small credit union in Alabama. I spoke to one of the representatives back in 2020. And at the time, a lot of people were posting on my FICO forums and there was a mad rush. A lot of people were applying and they were overwhelmed. Now, it seems like with all the economic issues going on right now that they've discontinued the Aod Visa Signature for new cardholders. So the great thing about this card is that it earns 3% unlimited cash back on all categories. So one way that I would utilize this credit card is, let's say if I have an online transaction, where some online transactions, they'll charge you like, 2.5% or 3% if you use a credit card. So with the Aod Visa Signature, it will basically cancel out that transaction, because if it's charging me 3%, for example, I believe with like my electric bill, if I pay with a credit card, they add 3% on top, right? But with the Aod FCU credit card, it basically cancels it out. So this is actually probably one of the most versatile credit cards out there. Enjoy Beyond Truist credit card. I did hit the intro bonus, which I was excited, but otherwise, don't use that too much. Next up, we have the Navy Federal Platinum credit card. This is the Navy Federal's like low interest credit card. So if you're a new card holder, you'll get 0% APR for 12 months on purchases and balance transfers with no balance transfer fees. If you're looking for a balance transfer credit card, definitely check this out. Now, when I got this, those were the terms. I'm not sure if it's still like that. I'm assuming it is. But next up, we have the Sportsman Guide Visa credit card. Now, this was one of the credit cards I did a video on about 2 years ago, where you can get it with the shopping cart trick. So for those who don't know what the shopping cart trick is, it's a way that you're able to get different credit cards that are issued through Community Bank, right? And I believe Community just got bought out, or I think they may have changed their name to like Bread. So it's a different branding now. But with the shopping cart trick, you would basically basically put things into your shopping cart. You would clear out all of the cookies, clear out your history, open up a browser incognito, add things to your cart, and then at checkout, if you've done a sequence of steps correctly, then you'll get a pop-up for the credit card. And through the shopping cart trick, people were able to get the credit card with no hard pull. Now, I'm not sure if in 2022 the shopping cart trick is still available and people are still able to, get it to pop up. I initially got like a $2,500 limit, and now I have a $9,500 limit. Now, the last credit card I wanted to go over in the top 30 is going to be the Carrot card. Now, this is my favorite card right now. The Carrot card is a business charge card. So I was able to get this with a $25,000 limit. What really makes this unique is whenever I pull this out, it definitely starts conversation, because this is the thickest metal credit card out there, right? I don't know anything else that sounds like that. It doesn't bend at all. Now, this is by far like my favorite credit card. I love just like pulling it out. A lot of people ask me questions about it. So shout out to Carrot Financial for putting together such a great product. But anyways, that's my top 30 right there. Some credit cards not featured. Now, I do have this other, stack of credit cards as well. But, as you can see, that would probably take another 45 minutes to go over all of those. So I don't want to bore you. I just wanted to share some of my top 30 credit cards. Anyways, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Let me know your comments and questions right down below. And until next time, take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.